There you go.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. I have heard of soul fragmentation, and I did ask, higher self, God, is this an energy stolen from me or is it soul fragmentation? And I got it's more energy,
Okay.
but at
You
the
feel
end of the day, the point is that something out of me was stolen without
stolen.
my permission, and it is why I don't fully feel myself. And we need to figure out how to get it back in. I am telling I want to just use color bottles today. It is telling me no, do both color bottles and hypnosis. Do a little bit of both.
Okay, great. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so what I guess my next question before we do that though is for what purpose do you feel that Matt would have tried to take something from you, an aspect of you?
Oh, well, I think it's a few reasons. One, I think he was quite a lot of other people, very jealous of the very close relationship that Manny and I had. I mean, we've been friends now 21 years, and back then that was about what, 17 to 18 years of friendship. So I think there was jealousy there because he used to make up lies about me to Manny, repeatedly would make up lies to try to get me out of the picture.
Hmm.
Oh, she did this and she told me this, and I go, "Pff, I never said I never did that at all." So that was one thing. I think it was extreme jealousy. And as I mentioned before, he mentioned that Matt told us he used to be friends with people who dabbled in dark magic. He had a very, very mean streak. A classic key example in narcissistic personality disorder. You open up a textbook, his face would be right there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think yeah, so that
The
that would be
jealousy
probably
was the main thing, yeah?
I'm getting jealousy and just a mean person, somebody who doesn't know how to handle their own business, so they want to lash out at other people.
Okay.
And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting the phrase hurt people.
Hmm.
These people who are just on such a low, I nothing is good in the world. So everybody must behave and think like me. And if you're happy, I'm gonna smack that smile off of you. So that's the type of
Tall poppy
vibration.
syndrome. Yeah. They call it
Yes,
tall
yeah.
poppy.
Tall
Okay.
puppy?
Tall poppy syndrome. Yeah. So it's where somebody doesn't like somebody rising above the rest. And so they'll try and do something to pull them down. So what you're saying is he's taken something from you, extracted some of your energy without your permission because of
Yes,
this aspect of him that is hurt. He's jealous. He doesn't want anybody to have anything that he hasn't got.
precisely.
Okay. So are Manny and him still together or in
Oh,
relationship
hell no.
to
Oh,
friendship or
no.
anything?
No, not whatsoever. No, if Matt were to call Manny, Manny would call the police immediately because
Right.
Matt did things like shove him into a glass table and injure him. It was a physically abusive relationship. That's why Manny had to escape out of it.
Wow.
So, yes, no, not whatsoever. And I'm getting that from like any mean people. And I do have to tell you quickly, just quite quickly. I thought it was only a hex, but I worked with a woman named Susie, and who's quite expensive, but worth the price though. She removed it from me. We know exactly who gave me a hex. It was at this Halloween event. It was whatever. This woman got into an argument with me. We don't even need to know why I was right, she was wrong. A 7-year-old should not be watching horror movies. This woman tried to argue with me, telling me it was appropriate for 7-year-old to watch an R-rated adult horror movie. And I told the woman she was basically a blithering idiot. Anyway, she put a hex on me. Susie got the hex removed, and I felt so much lighter, so much happier, better after that. But still, something was not complete, and that is why I'm working with you today.
Okay. So the other question I've got before we move on is how is your driving far phobia going? Did you take that drive that we talked about last time? Did you
The
do that?
bakery. Well, okay, so good news and bad news. The bad news is no, I haven't gotten to the bakery yet.
Okay.
The good news is, though, I am not like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I actually will get in the car? And there have been two times excuse me, three times that I went out when I didn't want to, but one of the times I wasn't driving, it was just being out. But I have gone out two times and have gone driving when I didn't want to, which is major, major progress for me
Okay,
because
good.
before it would have just been, I don't feel well. I have mild anxiety today. I'm using this as an excuse and I'm not doing it. And on top of that, even though I haven't gotten to the bakery yet, I'll give you even more good news. And that is the fact that I am now at the point where I'm like, you know what? I want to go driving because I can see it as a game and see it as like, what am I going to see? What new things am I going to see? Even make a game of, hey, I thought about it before I got on with you tonight. I told myself I can make a game of seeing colors as, I took the color therapy courses with you and I like colors. I could be like, okay, I need to look for six blue things, six red things, six purple things before I can turn the car around
Hmm.
and simply make a game of it. So there is that change in my mind of, do I really have to, hey, you know what? I'm not taking notes currently. There's nothing on TV. Let's just go for a drive.
Great. So that's improvement then, isn't it? That's huge
Yeah.
improvement. You can see there
Yeah.
is some form of momentum starting to take place. But now this epiphany that you've had is right, okay, so something was extracted from Matt and potentially other people with low vibration over that period within your life where you feel like you want that back again. So now you're like claiming your sovereign power back and saying,
Yeah.
no, you've got no right to take that from me. So do you believe that those people that took this from you can give you it back?
No, I have to claim it back.
Okay. So do you believe that you are stronger than the people that took it from you in the first place?
Oh, hell yes.
Hmm.
Because I'm not of a low vibration.
Hmm.
I'm not down here. I'm not, everything is everybody else's fault. And I'm not, I'm gonna make up this, send this email or call this person and make up a story to, yeah, to answer your question, definitely.
Okay, good. So then it's fair to say then that they hold no power over you anymore because you believe that you're stronger than them and that you can claim it back, even if they don't want to give you it back.
Definitely.
Right.
And also is the fact they don't have power over me because now we can talk about his name, for example, without me, getting in my head of, like, blah, 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 blah. I hate him so much, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just whatever.
Okay, great. So, okay, then, so you can set that intention then to claim this energy back without any resistance whatsoever from the people or person who took it from you in the first place, right?
Yes, I just don't know how to set the intention. And once we set the intention, I have no idea what to do after that, which is why I decided to meet with you
Yeah.
tonight.
Well, I can guide you through a process that'll help you to get it back. But the most important thing is that you believe that you can get it back, and that it doesn't matter whether or not they want to give you it back. It's that
Oh,
you
yes.
believe that you're stronger than them, so that they hold no power over you. That's where you want what you want to set your intention is that your belief is that you can get this back, but also that just set that intention that you're now ready to get it back without resistance, and you can just say that internally within yourself. Now, we can do this in one of two ways.
All
The
right.
first way is for you to choose a mirror that represents that fragmented aspect of self that was taken from you. And then
All
we
right.
can visualize those colors being drawn back in through the crown down into your consciousness. Yeah. And we can imagine that that is amalgamating and immersing itself and merging with what's already there. So you're almost bringing in a ray of light or colored lights back in to be able to create that form of completion within yourself so that you can visualize it, you can sense it, you can anchor it, and you can integrate it. So then it becomes you again and it no longer exists outside of you. It sort of is then back within the self. So that's one way. The other way
All
is for me
right.
to just guide you through a process that doesn't necessarily involve color, that will help you to be able to bring it back. So, what would you
My
prefer?
my intuition was smiling at the first one and sort of grimaced and said no before I even had a choice. Like all my answers are coming from higher power. I'm getting the first one.
Okay,
But
great.
I would like to do the intention aloud.
Yes. Okay,
Okay, if that's
brilliant.
all right.
Yeah,
So let's see, what would I say? I intend to fully bring back my own power and my own entire energy and my own soul, everything that belongs to me, rightfully belongs to me, back into myself. I take what is rightfully mine, what is my own ownership, without any problems from anybody else.
good. Perfect. That's ideal.
That,
That's
okay.
very good. And that's good because it's heartfelt. So now what we want to do is we want to bring your energy into your heart. So we're going to do some breathing and we're going to breathe into the heart. And then we're just going to start feeling gratitude again of it returning. So you want to feel as if it's already there. Okay. So I want you to just close your eyes for a second and then take a nice deep breath in and then breathe out. And I just want you to allow that with each breath that you're taking in, that you're breathing into your heart and breathing out of your heart, and then breathing into your heart and breathing out of your heart. And I want you to start feeling the feelings of it returning, that sense of gratitude of it fully returning, and just allow that feeling to get bigger, to grow in size, that feeling of gratitude that it's back. You're breathing this deeply into your heart as you breathe in, you're feeling that appreciation that it's fully returned. And then as you breathe out, you're just letting go of any resistance, anything that is stopping it from coming in, anything that doubts that it can return. And then breathing in again. And just feel that sense of appreciation, that joy that it's returned to you. It's returned to you. It's returned to you. And now, when you open your eyes, I just want you to look at the color mirrors. I'm just going to share the bottles with you. And I want you to tell me which of the bottles is the colors that you require that represents that aspect that's been taken. So, just choose
Oh,
one bottle that represents it.
can you scroll up again? Sorry. I shut my phone off because I do not want to be distracted by some spam call or phone call or anything. A little bit more because you're at 7.
Okay.
You can scroll up to oh, there you are at 1. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. So can you ask the question one more time? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so I want you to select the color energy of the bottle that represents that aspect of self that was taken and that you're now ready to fully reclaim. Which one is it?
Which bottle represents what I was taking? I'm ready to recline. Hold on, we'll go back up, back, back. You're going way too fast for me. Sorry. Interesting. Hold on a second. That's extremely interesting, the bottle I picked, but just a second because I want to make sure there's. Yep, keep going down. Interesting. And keep going down. All right, I'll tell you the bottle that I got. There
Okay.
you go, scroll back up. Just want to make sure I give you the correct number. All right, it is bottle number 8 is the bottle that I got, which is really amazing. But if you scroll down just one, I got a maybe with bottle 38. So which is interesting because they both end with 8. So I got bottle number 8 is the answer, but I also was told that there could be something connected with bottle 38 to this whole session.
Okay. That would make sense. That would make sense. Okay, brilliant. So what we're going to do just before we go into the analytics of the bottle, um, you're going to close your eyes again, and then you're going to see this bottle here. Just open your eyes for 1 second and look, this is bottle number 8. This is Saturn, lilac over violet. So you're going to see lilac and violet rays of light beaming down in through your crown, moving down through your body and into your heart. Okay. So closing
Yes.
your eyes, taking a nice deep breath in and breathing out. And each time you're breathing deeper and deeper into your heart center. So you're moving your awareness from your mind and into your heart. And then as you take a deep breath in this time, you're just going to start breathing in the colors lilac and violet, and you're going to imagine that they're beaming down through the top of your head, behind your eyes, behind your nose, into your jaw, and down through your neck, and in a spiral all the way down into the upper heart chambers. And then just feel that lilac light moving and merging into the heart. And just feel this form of replenishment taking place as you breathe this violet and lilac light into the heart, just feeling the heart being coated with violet light, feeling it moving through the cells, through the aorta and the upper and lower ventricles. Just feel almost like you're bathing your heart fully in this violet light, removing any of the grief, any of the sadness, just feeling this violet light, feeling that reconnection of spirit moving into your heart center, just feeling that sense, almost like the spiritualization of the heart center returning to your body, feeling that expansion within your heart, feeling it fully, this lilac light, and feeling the joy as you breathe into your heart of this aspect of self that's been missing for so long, returning to yourself with ease and grace. With ease and grace, this part of you is merging with the heart. It's moving down through the mind and back into the heart, feeling the joy, feeling the appreciation, feeling the return of what's sovereign, what's true, what's right, and just feeling that sense of reconnection again, that sense of wholeness, that sense of clarity, and the removal of any of the sadness, and removing any of the judgments of you not being perfect already, and feeling that independence coming back in, feeling the independence returning to yourself, feeling that sense of power, feeling that sense of joy, feeling the joy returning to the heart, feeling the laughter returning, feeling that sense of personal power, just feeling that returning into the heart center as you breathe deeply into your heart, feeling it raising your vibration up and up and up and up and out of the old and into the new, just breathing deeply that joy into your heart and just remembering a memory of where you felt the joy of independence and non-judgment in your life, where you felt complete independence, complete non-judgment, where everything was in control, where you felt fully in control of your life experience, where you didn't have any judgments on yourself, just feeling that memory returning into your heart of full independence, full where you were fully in control, and feel it returning to you now. Now that there's no resistance to it returning into your heart, raising it deeply, deeply, deeply into your heart, covering your heart with violet and lilac light, the violet flame burning away anything that no longer serves you and allowing what's truthfully yours back into your heart, and feeling that wholeness and completion, moving away from any of the trauma, any of where you felt out of control, where you felt you weren't in your power, where you felt abused, where you felt let down, where you felt that there was no one there to support. And just allowing this violet light to burn away, the violet flame, and just imagining Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel standing on each side of you. Archangel Zadkiel now standing to your left, and Archangel and Saint Germain standing to your right, holding your hands. You're feeling their presence beside you. You can feel their hands in your hands as they hold you strong, as this energy returns to you symbolically, effortlessly, freely, and feeling their support as they bow their heads to you and you bow your heads to them in the remembrance of the truth of who you are, that you're not damaged or incomplete, that you are whole, and you can feel that joy in your heart, that joy in your heart of the returning of what's rightfully yours, your sovereignty completely reclaimed now, feeling it flooding through your body, washing through your body in a figure of an eight from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, merging in the center at the heart, in the middle of the eight, right in the center of your heart, that merging of this beautiful violet and golden light, merging high initiations, returning to your sovereign power, your lifetimes of ancient Egypt, returning to you effortlessly back into your heart, knowing that you are fully back in control once again and fully independent now, feeling that deeply, deeply in every cell, in every part of your soul, just feeling that. And as the heart pumps your blood around your body, each cell of your blood carries this renewed source of life back into all aspects of yourself, every part of your body feeling this now through every cell, through every muscle, every tendon, every organ of your body now illuminated with the truth as you reclaim what's been taken from you unlawfully at a time where you felt vulnerable. But now it's returned fully and completely, and you feel it fully back into your heart. Just allow yourself to fully integrate this feeling now and anchoring it fully into your body, your outer causal bodies, your etheric bodies, and allowing the help of your spiritual team as they walk around you, holding you, protecting you, never allowing this to take place again. It's now done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. And when you feel complete, you can take a deep breath in and breathe out and let go of anything that kept you small. And as you step out of this violet flame, you feel taller and brighter, six
Whoa.
foot tall and bulletproof.
Yes.
And now opening your eyes and back into a new moment. Okay, good. Well done.
I felt so extremely tall before you even told me the word tall. Before you even, and that was even with my cat rolling around on me begging for dinner. Um, really felt tall. At the end, a whole and complete. I took a quick look. I noticed some itty bitty pieces. I pulled them to me because I was like, no, 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 you are not going to keep a few percentage. I'm taking the last bit of it. And I pulled it down into my heart chakra and I put a protective bubble around me.
Good.
When you brought in the golden light for ancient Egypt, because I know that I've had at least two past lives in ancient Egypt, it gave me the year 358 BC, so I am going to research 358 BC in ancient Egypt. Um, and yeah, it pulled it just everything just worked. What else? Oh, yes, you said fully independent, completely yourself, completely fully yourself, full independence. And it gave me two things. One, when I lived in Finland, one when I lived in Finland and would, take the train and go all over the country by myself. So Finland was one, which is funny, that's my cat's name, but yes, that was one. The other one was when I lived in Canada and would drive all over Canada totally carefree. I used to just go, I mean, I would tell my parents where I'm going, but I'd just be like, I'm going to St. Catharines. And I would just get on and I would go up the concession roads, up Lakeshore Drive, and I go to what was it, Penview Mall? I gotta look up the name of the mall there. Or maybe it was Penn Can. Not a care in the world. That was like a half-hour drive there and back. Totally, totally at ease. Totally at ease. And that's the memories that came back to me. Being on the other side of the world in Finland,
Mhm.
extreme independence there. But even being in Canada, easy breezy lemon squeezy, as my friend and neighbor used to say. She was British. She was lived down the street from us. But yes, precisely.
Mm.
That's what came to mind. That total calmness I used to have
Good.
going to and from St. Catharines.
That's it. That's it. So you've
Yes,
got that feeling back in the heart, you see? So the
yes,
heart now knows that truth. It knows that truth. It's interesting because the bottle eight that you chose, obviously eight in numerology, is all about independence, being in control. It's being the manager in your own life, and the violet ray, sort of helps you to reconnect to spirit. And so
yes,
bringing spirit back into the heart, that's the transcendence of the heart center, which is
and
awesome.
I have to tell you some other things that are kind of amazing. And I didn't pick this because I like the bottle. That's not how it works. I pick it through intuition.
Hmm.
Or in this case, higher power picked the bottle. Few interesting things you might like to know about me. Number 8 is my favorite number.
Mm.
Purple is my favorite color. And I'm a double Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn.
Hmm. There you go. So Saturn helps you to I mean, nothing is by default. It's always synchronistic. And the C2 that you
Of course.
picked, the sacral chakra, was really where you felt out of control, you see, and of course, or abused or taken advantage of. And of course, so that makes sense as well that you chose the gold and orange bottle C2, the sacral, because it was almost
Yes.
like a stripping away of your power. And this was
Yeah.
the return of your independence, being back in control within and feeling it in your heart fully.
Yes.
But then it was interesting, I think, when Archangel Zadkiel and Saint Germain came in and brought in the violet flame to help almost like raise the outer causal so that you could feel that sense of height
Yes.
and
Yes.
freedom.
And I did. And I can tell you, this is not something that's going to rub off. That feeling of empowerment, it all in the heart chakra, in the higher heart chakra, feeling very tall. I know none of that's going to rub off. And one thing that I did too, but just a little bit before you said I could open my eyes, is I put a very strong protective bubble around myself.
Good, good. Absolutely, 100%. And that will stop the energy siphoning. It's interesting because I've got literally just got back from a trip around Europe, and when I was there, we visited the Temple of Artemis in Turkey, and
Oh,
we also went to Rome. And whilst we were at the Pantheon in Rome, one of the people that I was with, he had his wallet stolen, and it was interesting because he went into his bag to find it. And there's a lot of pickpockets in Rome.
of
And
course, yes.
I tapped into the energetics of that, and it's all about energy vampires and siphoning. There is a lot of that taking place, especially over Lionsgate. And I've noticed a lot of spiritual teachers are saying the same thing, that Lionsgate almost feels slightly off this year compared to other
Oh my
years.
gosh, yes. Yes, I couldn't put words to it. Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah, it does not feel the same as last year.
no.
Lionsgate here felt so different. And is it because we're in Mercury retrograde?
Possibly, I don't know, but it's like I've noticed it. I've noticed a lot of people speaking about it, and it was good confirmation. So, what you're saying about this leaching of energy, I've been feeling it as well. I've noticed it in the environments around me through things that have been happening whilst I was on my journey. It was
Yeah,
almost like a pilgrimage, I guess, as we went
yeah.
around Europe.
I
And
felt like
like my
that's what it was
suitcase
for
got
you.
lost, and twice. And so it got lost when I arrived in France for 5 days, and then it was returned, and then it got lost in Perth when we returned, and I still haven't got it back. But you see that releasing of baggage and identity is what it's symbolic of. So that's the losing of the case.
Do you know what I'm getting about your luggage? I think you already know the answer to this, but I'm getting Hayden has stuff in there that he needs to just donate that he doesn't need anymore.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's interesting and the Lionsgate and having this whole power, and especially for us Americans currently, because of what we're dealing with, it is more important than ever to be doing color therapy or mindfulness or sound therapy or whatever you can do
Yeah.
because I already got my books. I already got my books and telling myself I live 45 minutes away from Canada. Not even if third, well, I'm including the traffic. I'm not going to end on a negative note, but you know how it is here. So, you
Well, you see,
know,
this is the importance of bringing your awareness back into your heart, breathing the a higher feeling thoughts into your heart right now, the higher feeling, the high vibration feelings like gratitude and love and appreciation,
gratitude
breathing
and love.
them deeply into the heart because it will raise you out of the old earth and put you back into the new earth
Yeah.
where you
And that's
won't
why,
get affected.
right. And that's why it's so important. I keep telling people, I'm focusing on joy. Sometimes I'll post something, because which is political, but it's sort of like a hotline for immigrants because of everything happening. I say, I'm going to do this. This is my good deed because there's so much happening now. But I'm doing my good deed, but now I'm going back into my sense of joy, my sense of gratitude, my sense of well-being.
Yes.
It's
And
just,
it's
it's
interesting as
so
well because the
us.
opposite color
Especially,
of violet is yellow. And remember in the last session, we were working on a lot of yellow things about personal
yes,
power, but yellow is also about joy. So
it
this is the exact opposite color of violet. So what you were doing is you were bringing the joy back into your heart.
yes. And I'm still working on that because
Yeah.
it is hard for us Americans who aren't down here, but we're also noticing more and more people are waking up, going, wait a second, this isn't right. This shouldn't be happening in our
Mhm.
country. More and more people are waking up. I've already been up here. But it's just so extremely important for us to really, really focus on joy.
It is,
So
yeah.
important.
It is because that's what's going to keep you out of experiencing the low levels of that, and it'll help you to be able to um maintain your equilibrium. And at the moment, as I said, Lionsgate is usually a powerful time where we're almost like encouraged to step up into positions of leadership and confidence and courage. But it's really important that you grow a pair of balls, put your big girl's panties on right now, and
Yeah.
actually do the work instead of, sort of falling back into victimhood or feeling out of control. But the only
Yeah.
way you're going to be able to do that is by feeling it. You've got to feel it here. It can't be from here. It's got to be, you've got to know the truth from here.
So when you say feel it, when you tell me feel it from here, you're telling me like you have to really, really want something from the heart
Yeah.
to really know this is truly what I want from the heart.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
I have a quick question for you. When we were doing the whole thing, and I got 358 BC, and I got Finland, and I got driving in Canada, and all this also came up, and this is something I don't know if you would know why, but it also came up eat grapes and drinking grape juice. And I don't drink juice anymore at all. I haven't touched juice in since maybe last year, maybe a few sips in January, but I haven't had grapes at all since I can't remember when. And it was definitely not this year, maybe even a year ago, maybe more than a year ago. I'm wondering why that came up in the session. I mean, grapes are purple. Well, it's interesting. Before you started, something kept telling me green, 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 and green is heart chakra. Okay, it's telling me, yes, that's the connection. Grapes are green. Grapes can also be purple, but I'm not sure if you know anything else.
Yeah. I mean, what's come up for me when you're talking about the grapes is um, you think about it. You think about how they were almost used as a tool for reward back in ancient times, where people were fed grapes whilst lying on their chaiselongs and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
almost like maybe that the grape is symbolic of rewarding yourself for or pampering yourself, more or for the work that you're doing. That's what came up when you were talking about that. It's not necessarily literally about drinking grape juice. Maybe it is. But look at how grapes have been used in history and for what purpose. And, a lot of grapes are made into wine. Wine
Yeah.
also, sort of brings in that aspect of ceremony, doesn't it? Within the church. And so there's, sometimes maybe just feel into it and
Yeah.
and see what it means for you, because it might not literally mean you need to start chugging down loads of grape juice.
No, and I won't because I don't want the extra sugar in my body. I got the answer of grapes are totally all right to eat. But as you've been speaking, I've been listening to you. I've been getting from higher power, from God, you're going to get a lot of answers. So we're basically, as they say, going down the rabbit hole, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. And I didn't think about that. Like the whole leisure thing or leisure, I don't know how you say it in Australia, but the whole leisure thing, the whole in the church, all of that.
And
Um,
rewarding yourself for the small steps, that you take. So rewarding yourself for jumping in the car and going off somewhere, giving yourself a pat on the back, each milestone. It's like that is that's advancement.
well, that was another epiphany that I had, not just before I had sorry, anyway, to get to the point, that was the second epiphany I've had recently of you do all this holistic work on other people, but you don't do it enough on yourself.
Yes.
And I told myself, like sometimes we do recordings and I'll watch it and I'll go, oh, I'm gonna go do something, gotta go do something, and I don't even finish the recordings with you. And I told myself the other day, now how is that helping you if you'd have not even listened to a whole full recording? That's one problem. The other thing is I have decided I'm taking 30 minutes out of my day. It's not asking for much to do something that benefits me and not I'm vacuuming my rug or I'm taking a shower. These are things you have to do. You have to vacuum, you have to take a shower. but something related holistically
Mm.
that I can do for myself 30 minutes a day. And as I do it, you know, doing it from the heart chakra and thinking of things that I'm grateful for. And I feel like within 2 weeks, I am going to feel even more powerful than I do after our session tonight.
100%. That's really good. Yeah. So it's about prioritizing your self-care, giving yourself that opportunity to,
And I think those grapes have something to do with that on a spiritual, emotional, mental
Mhm.
level. The grapes represent that, which I never would have come to that conclusion until you just told me now. But there also could be maybe there is some type of vitamin inside the grapes that I'm
Lacking vitamin C.
lacking. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe vitamin C
perhaps.
potentially. If you don't like eating fruit, maybe just vitamin C supplements might help you.
I love fruit. I love fruit.
Well, there
And
you
we
go.
actually, in another session, that reminds me, for another session, another day, let's do. I've been having, you know what? Perhaps we should just not discuss it tonight because I want to end on like a happy. Hold on a second. I'm asking higher power of God if I can ask you without, I don't want to, I want to say in a mindful, joyful. I, Okay. I was told I can tell you because it's an entirely different subject and I am centered and I am empowered and uh what I came with at the beginning of the session has been healed and we are great and oh thank goodness. All right. So, what I've been noticing and just to tell you for the next session is I've been noticing ego is liking to be in control of everything I eat and telling me you can't have this or you'll get terribly ill, you can't have this or this will happen, blah blah blah. We may have discussed this before, I'm not
Yeah,
certain.
we did.
Okay, so I'm getting better at it.
Good.
So, for example, it told me you can't have mushrooms. I was like, "Oh hell no, I'm not I had my mushrooms." It told me you can't have hummus. I told it fuck off. Pardon my language, but I told it fuck off. I love hummus. I ate probably half the container of hummus at my mom's house. She's like, "Where did my hummus go?" I still have a few things I have to get over the hurdle of nuts and blueberries, but I'm ignoring it for the most part. I want that to go away entirely. I do not need it. I have met with a dietitian. I have met with an allergist. They told me you are an adult, never in a million years. You are perfectly all right. Seriously, they're like, go home and have all the frickin' blueberries you want. It won't do anything. And yet here I am. I will touch the blueberry container, but I will not eat the blueberry container. You know what I need? I need somebody to sneak a blueberry into my meal without me knowing. Like, that's what I need in a bowl of chili, in a big old bowl of chili. And I will eat it and eat it and eat it. And I'll watch a movie. And after the movie, my friend or my dad or whoever will tell me, oh, by the way, I snuck a blueberry in there and you didn't even know. That's what I freaking need.
Oh my God. So yeah, so maybe just ask somebody to subtly slip a blueberry into your dinner. It's better than
Please,
narcotics, isn't it?
please,
It's better than a sleeping pill or an antidepressant. Just have a blueberry in your curry.
I never thought in a million years I'd be having this conversation with anybody. I need somebody to sneak a blueberry into my bowl of chili.
Exactly, but at least you know that there is a course of action for you to take,
Yeah,
as follow-up to today's session. Have a
perfect.
secret blueberry and everything will be good.
Or it's like I love avocados. I am obsessed with avocados. And one time Ego tried to tell me, "Oh no, you can't have avocados today because if you have avocados, yada yada yada." You know what I did? I was like, "Hi, Ego. I'm slicing open an avocado. I'm putting the telly on and I'm eating my avocado because you will learn your place."
Yeah, good for you. What did ego say?
The same thing ego tells me every time when I put it in its place. I was just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, there you go. So once you tell ego where to go, it loses its power, doesn't it? So it's all about reclaiming the power from the negative ego, isn't it?
And it's the same as reclaiming, like you told me in the beginning of the session, reclaiming my sovereignty.
Yeah. That's it, because it's yours, it's nobody else's. We are the masters of limitation, human beings as a general, sort of
Yeah,
thing. We're all masters of limitation. If we really understood how powerful we were, we would be flying through the
I
air.
know. And you know what? I just realized I don't even need a session on that because we just did a little review from the previous session and just sort of figured it out now. You just tell ego, fuck off. You go back where you belong. I'm eating the damn blue. I should just go buy myself blueberries tomorrow.
I
I should.
reckon, don't even do it tomorrow, do it today.
Well, I mean, it is 9:58 p.m. I
Oh yeah, you
could.
probably won't be able to find blueberries anywhere, will you, at the moment?
Oh no, the grocery store is open until midnight and I live practically across the street. But if you don't mind, I am quite contented being home and I do not feel like going out for
No.
blueberries at 10 o'clock at
Now,
night. But
Megan, have you been watching the numerology show podcast on my YouTube channel? Have you been
oh,
watching it?
oh,
Oh, you should start checking it out. So I'm doing two podcasts at the moment, the numerology show and Cosmic Conversations. So, there's lots of wisdom in there where you can start delving deeply into
what's
numerology.
the second one about?
Cosmic Conversations.
Yeah.
Well, I interview people like from sort of like different wellness businesses, people that do human design, or people that channel the Galactic Federation of Light, or do heart-centered healing, or they do sort of all sorts of different holistic modalities that have a cosmic twist,
Okay.
quantum physics, crystals, ETs, the whole thing. And I delve deeply into the more etheric subjects on Cosmic Conversations. So at
That
the moment, there's only I've got two episodes of that are published, but I've got about 15 that I've recorded that over the next few months are going to be uploaded onto the channel. So maybe start
oh,
watching those as well, because I think you'll find them not only entertaining but also educational as well.
yeah, and I've taken some crystal healing, and this goes back to me with my other epiphany. I take all these courses, I'll do it on other people, but I don't do it on myself. I took various courses on crystals, crystal healing.
Mm.
I should go back and reread the notes. And maybe as I watched your cosmic conversation, sort of hold the crystals that they're talking about or the crystals that I feel are connected.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a woman in Austin, in Houston in Texas. It's called Tina Briggs. She's a crystal jewelry maker, but also she retails crystals online. And she has been visited by extraterrestrials in her bedroom for quite a long time now. But she talks through her connections with these big chunks of crystals that she showcases during the podcast. One is a Lemurian crystal. Like there's a Larimar, there's a quartz which has got barcodes on it, and lapis lazuli. And she really goes into the metaphysics of crystals and their galactic connections. So you may find it
Oh,
really fascinating.
yes. Because I know the metaphysical, but I do not know the and obviously I still remember quite a lot of what I learned in the crystal classes, but I don't know the cosmic connection. But I do you did I've looked through some of your videos because I honestly love your videos, which I should start sharing them with more people. But I have to tell you, I looked through Starseed, Lyran, Andromeda, um, or Orion, a whole bunch of different ones, and you kind of try to figure out where you originally come from.
Yeah,
And I get I'm like, I can't pinpoint one place. So my question to you is, oh, by the way, I had to tell you two things. One statement and one question. So the statement is I was doing a healing session with Susie. I mentioned to you Susie before. She told me my origin was from this place that looks like this utterly gigantic eyeball. I'm like, but where is that place? And she's like, I don't know. She's like, that's the problem. She's
Oh,
like,
right,
I'm just
okay. Well, the eyeball really would be Aldebaran, because it's the eye of the bull in the constellation of Taurus.
that's it? Are you sure? Is there more than
Aldebaran.
one
Well,
eyeball?
Aldebaran is in the Hyades, the Hydeans, the tall white lion beings. So, yeah, that's the eye of the bull. Aldebaran, well, it, everyone thinks Aldebaran's in the Hyades, but it looks like it is, but it's actually a long way from the Hyades. But everyone always says that the Aldebaran's in the Hyades, but it is actually, if you look at it within the constellation of Taurus, it's the exact eye of the bull. So it's a red, giant,
Yes, yes, yes.
red one.
Like
Yeah.
a reddish magenta.
Yeah. But
I don't
I
think it's
think a lot of
supposed to
people
be
think it's gone supernova, but I don't know whether or not it has. Um, but Aldebaran, yeah, the eye of the bull. If she's talking
Aldebaran.
about the eye, it looks like an eye. That is the
Yes,
first thing that I would think of.
that
Yeah.
makes because
But
it's red. It
yeah,
is red.
the reason why as well you feel like you maybe have many different galactic origins is remember that your oversoul, which is, um, the aspect of you that is multidimensional and has numerous different incarnations happening simultaneously. You have an
Yeah,
oversoul which exists simultaneously,
yeah,
incarnations within Aldebaran, within Orion, within Andromeda. So maybe that's why you're struggling to narrow it down to one
yeah,
specific one, because I often find that as humans, we like to identify with just one. But when you are more tapped in and you're aware of the oversoul codex, it helps you to know that you've got numerous different incarnations happening at the same time. So
yeah, yeah,
you
you do.
are. But most people like to just identify and start with one thing in particular because it becomes overwhelming when you start thinking about the oversoul
Yeah,
codex.
yeah. Well, I have to thank you a million times over because that is so informative. I have so many things to research from the Taurus eye to grapes, and it's I didn't even really know about parallel lives until probably 2019 when Manny brought it up to me. We were taking a stroll up and down the street. He had just moved here. He's moved, but anyway, he just moved here. It was 2019. It was the month after he came, and he told me, he goes, I honestly feel like I'm living parallel lives. He goes, I really, really feel like there's another life of me out there currently.
Yeah.
And I can feel it now. And for the longest time, I felt like there is a parallel life I'm having in Britain, that I'm a girl, that I am, that like when I started realizing that I was young, and maybe now I'm probably about, I don't know, 14, maybe younger. But I feel like it's parallel life, and it kind of makes a lot of sense because sometimes it's so extremely rare that we meet people and we feel like we're meeting a mirror part of ourselves. And I don't mean a doppelganger,
No.
which that in itself is interesting to meet your doppelganger. Okay, and some people have extreme doppelgangers where it's crazy. They look like identical twins, kind of makes you wonder if their dad slept around. But anyway, no, that's not what I mean. I don't mean doppelgangers. I mean, and I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There's certain people you meet them and you just feel like, oh my gosh, we feel not even we get along, but we feel so deeply connected the very second that you meet them. And you
Exactly.
feel like,
And it's an
yeah.
aspect of it's almost like the other another aspect of your oversoul that you're meeting. Yeah.
Yes, another aspect, but it's different than meeting people you know from a past life because when giving Manny as an example, and I know I talk about him a lot, and of course I have other friends, and well, they're sort of mad at me now, but whatever, that doesn't matter. I don't care. Truly don't care. But using him as an example, when we met, we clicked immediately. It felt like we knew it was a past life.
Yeah.
We had multiple past lives together. But that re-meeting someone from a past life is definitely a different feeling than meeting someone who, like you just told me, is meeting another part of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's different. And I think that, you know, that sometimes we don't get to meet those aspects of ourselves on a particular timeline. You know, so like
Right.
if it's Earth,
Yeah.
you're incarnated on Earth, and the other aspect of your, you know, another part of your soul is chosen to incarnate in the Pleiades, or in a different timeline completely. So you never meet in the physical,
Right.
but
Right.
sometimes you do. But sometimes you do. But it is quite rare. That is quite rare. I've not come across that very often.
It is. Or sometimes you meet on the same timeline, but one person, you live in different parts of the world and you simply just don't meet.
You just don't meet. Exactly. Yeah.
But I
So
mean, it's all just interesting.
it
It
is.
is.
It is interesting, but it's all part of this, you know, this aspect of learning about the oversoul. It's interesting because we are I'm currently in the process of developing a community called the Oversoul Codex community. So it's part of the Dreamtime Ascension collaborative, and
Yeah.
it's like a membership portal. So it's a way of you being able to access content that other people can't get. It's a way of you being able to watch podcasts that other people don't get. It's a way of you being able to learn courses through Dreamtime without having to pay for courses independently. You know, so
Oh,
it's like
wow.
it's just like instead of it being a one-off payment for a course, it's a monthly membership fee, which is low.
Yeah.
And it's a way of you being able to access the community within the Dreamtime Academy as well and start learning through a collective. So
Yeah.
I'll let you know once that's fully been launched, and then you know you can choose to participate if you know
I
if you
like
like
that
the
a
sound
lot.
of it.
Yes, and I will check out the Cosmic Consciousness. Can I ask you two questions that are super quick? They're going to be real quick answers.
Yeah, go for it.
As we've been discussing this, I sort of had this idea in my mind, having this conversation with you. Maybe people would be interested in something. I know you're developing and working on a lot right now, so a lot currently, so maybe it's something to put on the back burner for the future. How our pets come into our lives. Because I tell people it is not as simple as I went to the pet store and I thought it was cute. Or there is always some, and especially the stories of, people and oh, I went to take the garbage out at the dumpster and I found a animal, a dog in there, and those type of stories. Um, but yeah, I just think there has to be some type of cosmic connection of how this specific, come here, come here. Yep, come here. Let me come on. Oh, she will not let me pick her up. She's like, my God, I'm calling my lawyer. Huh. But anyway, or my barrister. Um, but yes,
It is a soul
which
contract. Yeah, it's a soul
yeah,
contract between you and them because they offer very individual lessons for you, don't they?
they do.
They
Oh
do.
my goodness, they
Mm.
totally do.
Mm.
They totally do. And my second quick question, because I have to make dinner and I have someone who is beyond hungry sitting next to me. According to her, I haven't fed her in a whole week. Um, what is your origin? So mine is the Eye of Taurus, which was in what again?
Oh, so it's Aldebaran in the Hyades.
In the so it is in the Hyades.
Yeah, well, it sort of isn't, but everyone says it is. So yeah, so it's the Eye of the Bull in the constellation of Taurus, but it's the Hyades cluster. Yeah.
Hyades cluster. Okay. And what's yours?
Andromeda. Yeah. So it's actually interesting you should ask that question. So primary lineage is Andromeda Zenith 9 and the Azarine Fields. So my soul's primary galactic home is the Andromeda Galaxy, a vast and highly evolved cosmic civilization. And the Zenith 9 is a crystalline, ultra high frequency council realm that serves as a cosmic library and restoration hub for soul templates. So, souls from Zenith 9 carry the role of the master teachers, the codex keepers, and the blueprint activators. Here, knowledge is stored and transmitted via light codes, sacred geometry, and vibrational activations. So, my ability to channel clear spiritual wisdom, work deeply with color therapy, and activate others' higher potentials ties directly with this realm. And then the Azurine fields, known as the domain of the song weavers and the grid singers. This realm specializes in sound and light technologies that stabilize planetary grids and energetic fields. So I carry the memory and frequencies to work with vibrational healing, tuning planetary and personal energy fields to align with higher harmonics. This lineage infuses joyful connection to beauty, sound, and the power to vibrate, to heal, and transform. So that's my
That is
primary lineage, but I also have Syrian, Arcturian, and Lyran as secondary lineages. Yeah.
that is so you. That
Yeah,
is
so you
so
can really go deeply into it when you delve very deeply.
Did that
Um,
help you to find your husband? Like knowing your main is Andromeda? Did
Well,
that
no,
like
because I'd met Mark before I had my awakening. But
oh
when I found out, I also researched Mark's based around his human design, his numerology and astrology, and he also has come from Andromeda as well. So it was just coincidence or synchronicity that we both have Andromedan connections, but we met in the travel industry. So the Andromedans are the nomads of the universe. So
yeah,
it's by no coincidence that that's how we met. And we met in
interesting.
Madeira, which is a Portuguese
Okay.
island, which is,
Yes, I
very aligned with Lemuria.
oh yeah, that would make sense. That would make
Yeah.
sense.
So interesting, isn't it? So yeah, there's a lot of information that you can get from, your astrology, your numerology, and your human design. You can get you can go very, very deep into exactly where your soul has come in from and what your mission archetypes that you embody are in this incarnation and what your frequency tools are that you're here to work with and your cosmic home base as an activation ritual. So really a lot of the work with the Oversoul Codex is delving really deeply into your mission archetypes and your gifts that you're here to serve people with.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Well,
There's a lot
look,
of excitement to
I'll
do.
let you go and feed the cat. I'll catch you next time, all right?
Alrighty. Yep, I gotta go feed the two of them and I gotta make some food for myself.
Okay, have a good one. Bye for now.
Blueberries tomorrow.
Blueberries tomorrow.